All right, Goes the family. Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully, you guys are having a great and exceptional day. Everybody doing things a little differently this week. Sometimes you got to switch it up. But, it's that time of the week, family, where I love to highlight, Black owned businesses. I love to have the distinct pleasure of highlighting Black owned businesses. And this week, I get to talk about good old Anthony Capel. The article that I read the other day didn't have his picture up there, most likely for obvious reasons because he is a minor. I believe he's a sophomore, and he's a sophomore in a high school in Philadelphia. And he has his own sweatshirt line called Five Star. So the great thing about this individual is that he is a sophomore in high school in the greater Philadelphia, Pennsylvania area. Anthony Capel stated that instead of him going to buy Gucci and all of the other overpriced name brands, he says, I'd rather just wear my own stuff. I always wanted to start my own clothing line, he said, showing off a black sweatshirt with 5 stars on the back. This, he stated, and I quote, "This is one of my first." And he says, what started as just a thought on paper is now a full-blown business. It all started inside Whitley Kell's business classroom at Mercy Career and Technical High School. And before I go on, this reminds me why having real entrepreneurs teaching certain classes in the school system in today's world in 2023 and beyond is a great thing, because today's youth know that having a job only for the rest of their life is the easiest way to stay in the poorhouse or be put into a category of being just over broke, with certain jobs, not all jobs, stand for JOB, just over broke. And another thing is, a lot of times, not a lot of times, there's a lot of reasons why so many people are walking around hopeless and desperate nowadays. From an economic standpoint, is a lot of people just feel like they're stagnated because of the way the economy is. The rents are high, housing's high. If you even want to, if your money's not right, and if you wanted to buy another house, you're going to pay way more. Your interest rate's going to be way higher. Inflation. So a lot of people have a lot of despair. And I keep saying this over and over again. If you want to have this Brady Bunch mindset, I mean, heck, even yesterday when I was at the grocery store that I go to, the new employees in the deli department have the worst customer service ever, because more and more people just walking around hopeless and despair, and with despair, and they just have a I don't care mindset and mentality when it comes to darn near everything. So and a lot of times this happens because too many people operate from a solo perspective and not from a village perspective. The village, aka the corporation and the capitalist society, as far as working people, will win if they put their money together, they put their ideas together, they put their credit together, they put buying real estate together, buying cars together from a team standpoint. You have so many couples that don't even operate from a team standpoint. One is supporting the other, or they're both just dirt poor. So I know I'm going off on a tangent from the subject matter at hand, but this relates to how the new generation of younger people that are going to win are going to be the ones who are thinking outside of, I'm just going to have a job, get married, and have kids and die. That generation, that mindset is dead in 2023 and going forward. And I think that's the more we talk about it and implement different strategies on how to make passive income, on how to utilize credit, on how to utilize banks, how to utilize credit unions, how to utilize small business administrations, how to utilize family members and friends from economic perspective, so people are operating from a team sport, then you can make money moves. Like, my last name is Patterson. The only Pattersons I want to associate with nowadays outside of my mother is the Pattersons that want to operate from an economic perspective. I don't need to operate around other Pattersons that want to compete with me. I have no use for you, and you have no use for me. So, and more and more people, because that's how families are supposed to be. If you even look back in the modern times, before there was running water, before there was electricity, before there was governments, before there was corporations, before there was even nations, when you just had villages all over the world, your name meant something. If you from the kingdom's name, whether it was Africa, Europe, Central South America, Asia, the kingdom's name, the family name, as far as the royal family and whatnot, they passed down wealth from generation to generation, and it was a responsibility of that family to ensure that they did what they had to do and work as a team sport and not work against each other in order for them to preserve their kingdom. And I look at family as the same way. How are you preserving your family? How are you preserving your kingdom? Or are you just being basic, paying bills and making sure everybody gets past the next grade? That's been done 1,000 times. But what do I know? Anyways, the article also stated that Mrs. Kells is a former student, now a teacher, and the owner of Spin with White, a spin class studio in Drexel Hill, Pennsylvania. In the classroom, she looks forward to encouraging these young minds every day. Mrs. Kell stated that she hopes when they leave her class, they know that they have to understand that life is good no matter what you go through. And I love that mindset as well, because every day above ground is a great day. And just to always stay focused. As part of the school's business program, she invites other business owners to talk to her students, like Eric Turner, who runs a printing company, Genuine Prints. And this is definitely what is needed in every public school system across the United States of America, period. Why? Because a great way to keep kids engaged in school is to show them how it not only relates to everyday life, but how school relates to the economics of society. Eric Turner stated that a lot of times you can speak to students and it's like a time filler for them. He said, but Anthony was different. He surprised them. Anthony Capel did a great job of ensuring that he developed a friendship with, which turned into a mentorship with Mr. Eric Turner. The article also stated that Mr. Turner ensured that Anthony had a good vision, a good plan, making sure that he had a great foundation for the things that he was trying to accomplish, Turner said. And Anthony, that foundation starts with his father, who is also a local business owner. This young artist's creation, Five Star Clothing, was inspired by his late grandmother, who inspired him every day. And when business/investment minded people are in your family, and it makes it much more easier for the youth to become inspired. And because it's not about what you say, it's about what you do, and inspired by what you do all at the same time. Family, as they say in Louisiana, don't talk about it, be about it. Anthony Capel is also hardcore into playing basketball and would like to be in the NBA one day. He stated that I want them to feel like, when it comes to people wearing this name brand, I want them to feel like how the name is 5 Star. He says, I want you to feel like you are the best, that you are a star. And on that note, do the great thing for things. Like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day. Don't forget to check out Anthony Capel's business. Look for 5 Star. Just look it up online. As I always say, make money moves, or you're going to live broke like a fool. Take care.